Hello, music lovers. This is Rick Ferguson, rickfergusonmusic.com. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate it greatly. I wanted to share a piece by the Austrian composer Franz Schubert with you and talk a little bit about the tradition of the Schubertiade concert. It was as much a social gathering amongst music lovers, poetry lovers, visual art lovers, and those who supported them that grew out of the 19th century salon gatherings that were popular throughout Europe, really throughout the 19th century, and also caught on in the States and other places as well. But the Schubertiade was a very, very special event. And of course, it was a primary means of disseminating the music of Franz Schubert and allowing him to create a cadre of supporters and really build his own artistic community. During his very brief lifetime, he was born in 1897, died in the same year, well, just 1 year after Beethoven in 1828. And very much lived in Beethoven's shadow, but that's a very interesting topic for another conversation. One of the types of pieces that were often featured in these Schubertiade gatherings, these musical evenings devoted to Schubert's music, were solo piano pieces. And a great example of this is the third of the 6 momo musico, the musical moments, that Schubert actually composed very close to his death, 1827, 1828. They're all shorter to moderate sized works for the solo piano, and they are fascinating pieces. They're great little character sketches, each one very different, and they're fairly accessible. So again, any pianist with some pretty good chops is going to be able to really explore these pieces, and they're absolutely wonderful. They're all within the public domain. I'm using a Henley edition, which I love, but you can find them easily, and I have one attached to this video that you can download if you wish to explore this piece. This third piece is in F minor, so F minor moment musical, and it highlights a couple of things for me that I find to be just charming aspects of Schubert's piano writing style and his general compositional style. So he was an absolute master at exploring the harmonic but also the emotional relationships between major and minor keys. And so we're certainly hearing this. In particular, we have the F minor as home bass as tonic, but then he's also spending a good bit of time in A flat major, which is the relative major. And of course, you know, when we're hearing these two triads, we're hearing that they both share 2 notes, very closely related to each other. In addition, he's giving us toward the end some F major, which provides a really nice sense of closure, completion at the end. There is, to my ears, the element of hammered dulcimer music, which of course, you know, in the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, the dulcimer was a very ubiquitous instrument during this time. And so, you know, I could easily hear, and I actually have heard this played on the dulcimer, and it really works. So it has a very, very basic accompaniment, which carries throughout in the left hand, right? And it is this sort of entrancing, regular rhythmic accompaniment where he's also providing some interesting little harmonic shifts as you go through, that is creating this really great backdrop to this fascinating little melodic idea that he has. And so the entire piece is based on the idea of... So that is a dulcimer tune, and he just happens to be doing it on the piano. You often hear this particular moment musical as an encore, and for very good reason. So it's just a charming piece. I'll play it for you now, and I want you to listen to how Schubert is weaving in and out of major and minor tonalities, because it's very enjoyable, very enjoyable. So this is the F minor, number 3 of the Momo Musico, or the musical moments set. That's the shift to the major. You hear the mood change, right? Back to the minor. A flat, back, F minor. Hear the major, that's your F major. That's charming. I would strongly urge you, if you love this music anywhere nearly as much as I do, look into these 6 late pieces by Schubert. They are all, as I mentioned, very different from each other. You know, for the most part, pretty accessible, and they're really gratifying to play. Beautiful music, beautiful music. I would also suggest that you do a little looking around wherever you might live, and to see if there are any Schubertiade gatherings. They're very common in the month of January 31st being Schubert's birthday. And so oftentimes you will find Schubertiade events that are marking Schubert's birth. And they're absolutely a lot of fun, and you'll hear a beautiful variety of music. And oftentimes these gatherings will sort of open themselves up to audience participation too, in various ways. So it's a really fun social gathering, and that was the idea of the Schubertiade, is to really create community, in this case around the music and personality of Franz Schubert. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be putting monthly content on. If you're interested in having a piano coaching or a chamber music coaching with me, or having a in-person lesson or coaching, or a remote, a Skype lesson or coaching, you can contact me through rickfergusonmusic.com. Thank you so much.